Testing. Testing. Gotta get everything up and running quick. Testing. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm still waiting for this to be... Again, I'm really sorry that this stream is like 10 minutes late, even though it was delayed already by an hour. I can explain everything. I just need the game to load real quick. Alright, there we go. One moment, please. Thanks, allergies. There we go. Alright, I got it all ready, I got it all set up. Let me just get this down real quick. Oh, hold on. Almost forgot. Okay, there we go. Hey everybody, Grant here, and for those wondering why the stream ended up delayed an hour and then I ended up 10 minutes late, well, a few things, but first I want to explain the whole thing involving Shrek SuperSlam. I was going to stream that tonight at 8, but unfortunately, the problem was I'm once again suffering a similar issue that I did with in the past when streaming the GameCube, in that, like, the HDMI adapter I'm using seems to be having problems. I really hope it's not because, like, the pins in it have bent over time, because that would really piss me off, because those adapters aren't cheap, because if that's the case, I might as well just take in my GameCube and bring it to, like, somewhere where I can get hard modded for HDMI. Like, not just use, like, a little dongle adapter to plug into, like, the, digital ports, but actually, you know, get something that could, you know, go hard right into HDMI, so I don't have to deal with this bullshit anymore. Speaking of which, I'm going to unplug this from the HDMI adapter to make sure the weight of the cable doesn't pull this down. I might be able to branch to some nearby. Let me plug it into the PS5 now. Hold on. The PS5 I mainly use for Marvel Rivals. Yeah. Anywho, so yeah, so I had to quickly, like, it was around like an hour before I started to stream, but then things got awry when things took a nasty, annoying turn when I had to suddenly change it to Planet Zoo because it was all... because the whole thing broke down on me, like the GameCube stuff. Like, the GameCube turned on and such, it just didn't output any video, and it was just like, oh, great, because I was testing it out on OBS because I've experienced this problem before. I was like, oh, great, the adapter might be having problems. Hopefully later this year, I'm planning on probably taking that, like I said, like, either getting that thing hard modded for HDMI by having a professional do it, because there's no way I'm going to be doing that myself. I am not skilled enough in soldering to handle that. And two is to Actually, and option B, the more likely one, is I probably might take it to like a local used game store and such and see if they know how to fix the problem. And I chose Plant Zoo on the whim to do more of Zany Zoo. Now that I think about it, I probably should have went with more Infamous 2 instead, because I don't usually like doing the same game twice a week in a row. However, I was just like, my room's a mess right now because I'm still working on these dolls for Comba Fauna, and I have to. Again, I am in the home stretch now of making these dolls. It's just the problem, simply put, is that like getting the arms to work right is a pain in the ass. Right now I have one doll, like the first doll, her arms are in by some yarn, but they can't be posed. Then the gravity will just work against that. I might use I might use chopsticks and just like sort of glue it all together there, but that might not work particularly well, because then I wouldn't be able to do it that all too well on like the x-axis versus the z-axis. I think I'll probably just stick to the yarn. And maybe like for holding dolls in poses, I could use some bobby pins help, some safety pins help out with that, and have it obscured by the camera work. That's probably what I'm going to do, because like the rest of each doll has like a steel wire skeleton. It's just the shoulder joints are the big problem. Even the elbows have steel wire joints, believe it or not. But yeah, with that out of the way, the last stream we did, it was mainly just making the base area of like the tropical rainforest house, along with the extension that goes outwards into the saltwater crocodile enclosure. And again, I'm going to save like the actual building itself for last, because that can get monotonous on a stream really quick. And I'm probably going to have the stream last until like 10:30 or 11. Maybe have it be a bit shorter, because of just how much of a mess it was tonight to set up this stream. But anyways, especially with the dimensions of like the pads and such, it'll be a bit of a pain to get it all in one place. Again, this whole thing's probably going to take about another year to make fully. But yeah, this I put in last time to help, the mercenaries, hop up on here, run on top of. If they ever fall into this enclosure, they actually, now I think about it, this cannot be safe. That's better. Same here, yeah. Now I noticed. There we go. That looks a lot. Okay, that's a lot better, yeah. Yeah, so like a mercenary. Because again, like the plan for Zany Zoo is this for someday to like to hopefully inspire the TF2 community, somebody much more experienced than I am in like coding and whatever, to adapt this Planet Zoo map into a TF2 map. Specifically a control points map that functions a bit non-linearly. Because like blue and red would start off with just the point closest to their spawn in this case, but the 3 middle points would be all unclaimed. The teams can claim the control points in whatever order they wish. Before, like in terms of the middle control points, before the last one becomes available. So if you're red team, you gotta capture all 3 of these before you can capture the blue team's spawn point here, the control point next to your spawn, and vice versa. And like I'm just gonna have like places like the quarantine function as like extra different spawn rooms for the mercs, depending on which place they have, or depending on which points they've captured. So if they captured this point, if they captured, this point, they'll spawn, like, if red team's captured this point, they could come out of this spawn room. Same here with this. Actually, now I think about it, this might be a bit too close there. Let's move it a little bit. Okay, let's try that again. Actually, no, it's not what I'm trying to do. What? Group at no. That is not what I have in mind. Actually, that could make that work, yeah. There we go. That's a little closer. Let's do the same here with this one. With this workshop thing. Yeah, that's a little better. A little farther away, so, like, you won't have, like, a engineer be able to completely, you know, stay too close to a sentry nest or whatever. Again, the walls and that kind of stuff, the actual building around the place, that'll happen last. It's why, you know, I have, like, the null fencing here. Because the saltwater crocodile enclosure will start here, and, like, I'll put, like, a wall here to which the crocodiles can then walk outside of into the wider, you know. Actually, more, like, here and such. I had to make, it was annoying having to make this deep enough for them to, for the salties to actually submerge all three of them, but yeah. And, like, yeah, down here you will be able to, like, engineers would be able to build their sentries and their buildings here. They want to form an unorthodox kind of sentry nest, so to speak. But again, I don't want this map to be too sentry-friendly, of course. Something I really worry about even more is that it might become too sniper-friendly with all the sight lines, because, like, you know, I probably won't have this area be climbable or anything like that, but, like, a sniper could, like, you know, go onto the bridge and then, you know, pick off enemies, like, all the way from the spawn or something. So I'll have to figure out a solution for that. Probably create some kind of, like, a lot of canopies and such. Yeah, that would probably be what I do. Yeah, so one there. I need to add in another thing, another staff building here that'll act as a... Animal Trade Center, no. Quarantine, vet surgery, that's the veterinarian surgery? Do we already have one? Is that one here? That's a quarantine, that's a research center. This is a workshop. Yeah, veterinarian surgery would go right here. Yeah, that'll do. Actually, it might be a little too close. Let me just, there we go. Yeah, so if, like, blue captures this point, they can now come out of the spawn room. As how many capture the flag points work and such. Yeah. So, like, I don't think I'll put a spawn room here or here. Just because, again, like, the more riskier play for him to do would be for, like, blue, for instance, to go all the way over here rather than down to here. And the same for red. It'll be more risky for him to go all the way over here than to simply go right here. But again, like, that's where the strategy comes in. Are you going to take a longer trek? Or are you going to take a simpler method, but are you going to take a longer trek? Or are you going to take the simpler method, or go to the control points nearer to you, but in exchange, there might be a more high likelihood you'll find more enemy mercenaries. Opportunity cost, isn't that what they call it? Yeah, I think so. Anyways. Now with that out of the way, next up is to create the... I think next up would be the West Indian manatee over here. So, what I'm thinking I'll do is... Firstly, I need to go to the barriers and... Okay, glass. Okay, let's go to the glass here. How tall is... I'll handle it in a short moment. Okay, let's see here. A second. Go right. Yeah, for this to work, I do need to use a glass barrier, not just a null. As annoying as that is. Now let's go to here. How close can I get to it? Again, though, like for Plant Zoo 2, can we please fix this path issue? Where the paths get in the way of everything. That was not the case back in the good old days of Zoo Tycoon 2. Mostly. .8. Okay, 4.8, so let's raise this to 4.8 meters. There we go. Alright, so let's just raise this here. Oh, why did that freeze? Let's just X out that. There we go. Okay, concrete. Glass, there we go. Actually, okay, let's make it look more natural of just 10 meters. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's see here. That should be large enough for a West Indian manatee. Yeah, I went for West Indian manatee and such. What the hell's going on? Why can't I just... That's odd. Let's try this. Right there. That's better. Okay, now we got all that glass there. Next up, we need to get the... Okay, let's see here. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Concrete? Yeah, of course concrete, obviously. So let's just go up to here and place that there. 1, 2. Hopefully I'm doing this right. So, okay, 1, 2, 3. Alright, there we go. You can put water in it, right? How high? How high can you go? Yep, that'll definitely do. Okay, so now how am I going to make this work? How do they make a manatee exhibit work in Planet Zoo? Hold on, let me look this up. This won't take long, don't worry, people. Ooh, we got the... Ooh, guess... Awesome! You got the 800th episode of Atop the Fourth Wall? Huh. I recently learned about the show. So, yeah, that I'll definitely look into later on. But first off, Planet Zoo, Manatee... How did they do it? Okay, I'm just looking here. Looking at one of the videos, I think I can tell they pulled it off. Excuse me. Yeah, I had dinner. Oh yeah, another reason is that, like, going back to why the stream was late, was that, like, I kind of had dinner with my family at the bonfire. And that was a bit time-consuming. A very joyful experience, but yeah, pretty time-consuming, which is why I had to delay the stream. I was not going to cancel it since I already pushed it back a day due to trying to finish up the doll, only for that to, the first Combat Final Doll, only for that to fall apart quite literally because of how the shoulder joints work. But yeah, how am I supposed to pull it again? I think I know how this works. So now, I think I got it. Maybe if I raise it up so like that. Okay. Let's get the height a bit higher. 10 meters? Actually, that does not look right, but I can still make this work. I think. Okay, just get that too. There we go. Now, actually, hold on a second. Let me just try this again. Let's see here. Okay, this looks awkward, but I can make it work. Actually, no, wait, okay, let's see here. Okay, that doesn't look quite right either, though. Just do that. Okay, let's see here. Maybe that's how I can get it to work. Right there. And now, put it right here. I'm starting to get flashbacks of when I did that one Zoo Tycoon 2 stream. You know, the one where the game crashed on me and corrupted the save file. Good times. This does not look right at all. How am I supposed to create a... Actually, first of all, it's probably a little too big. Yeah, I could definitely make this smaller. Okay. Let's see here. Last track airlock. Okay, now I'm really confused. So maybe if I can... I got an idea of how I can get this to work. Okay, so I just need to first... Right... Yeah, just right to there. Get rid of that, okay. And now... place this here. There we go. Now, we just need to go to the bears here, add a habitat gate right here. That's metal. Okay. Now, I just need to quickly... Okay, this looks very uneven. Go. Let's see if this works. No? Okay, so how do you then pull this off? I am very confused. Okay, I wasn't looking hard enough into the manatee thing. Let me try this again. Hold on. Hold on a second. I probably shouldn't have made that part of the stream, but still. No, that's not how I envisioned it. How do they do it? Okay. Beginning to think I wasn't live streaming. Yeah, again, a lot of stuff just got in the way. But I think I now know how to pull this off. Okay. That won't work. Okay. Now they'll always form a gap right there. Okay, let's actually... First of all, I could probably just... There we go. That should widen the gap a little bit. Let's try it now. It's an artificial border. So now... Second thought, I think I have a better idea. Okay, let's go to paths here again. Let's get a boardwalk path here, right there. Alright. Okay, there we go, yeah. Now let's get those steps in, and now just go to line to grid. Alright, let's try this now. Oh, hello, you're a local bot. Hold on a second. I need to take a look at this. Yeah, no, I'm just going to, put this user, this seems like a bot. Yeah, no, I'm not going to. I'm just going to play it safe. Sorry. I see bot in the title. Like, that's literally just seems like a bad omen already. Okay. Now let's just try and get this right there. Actually, no. Actually might work, yeah. Okay, so that's how they do it. Okay. I think I already got a plan here, but that could still be useful later down the road, what it provided me. Damn it, it's not going to work either. This is going to be a bit of a... Okay, let's see here. Okay, so now let me just get rid of this, like so. Nope, not what I'm looking for. Okay, let's just now find this foundation. Nope, now I'm looking for. Okay, let's try this now. Okay, come on. And... got bullseye. There we go. Ah, shit. First of all, I just want this to be... Actually, all I need to do is just go to... just gonna... There we go. Now... Okay. There we go. All I need to do now is get this to actually look good. So first of all, let's go to here, terrain, water, and that looks pathetic. It needs to be a lot higher. Yeah, the water level is still too low. Actually, I'm not sure how this would work from a gameplay sense. The manatees might just be for display only. Let's see here. Okay. There we go. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Now it's just... Okay, yeah, this is not getting... This is... Okay, I'm going to be bluntly honest. This is not going anywhere. How do they do it so well in there, and yet I can't even... I got it now. I think I know what to do, actually. First of all, go and just, let's see here. Okay. Oh, sorry, I zoned out there for a moment. Okay, so what we need to do here is break this all down and try to go to habitat, construction. So if I look up here. Just this, and now go. Okay, and now go to deselect path. Go up. Okay, there we go. Okay, and now... let's see here. I'll probably add a bathroom here. So, let's see. Okay, so now I just need to... hell. Okay, that's I'm not aiming for either. Let's just get to here. Okay, now let's just go to here and intersecting terrain. Yeah, that totally doesn't look awkward at all. Okay, that looks awkward too. Why can't I just plug this into... Let's see, actually, let's go to 9 meters instead. Alright, there we go. Finally. Now, let's see if I can get this to work right. Come on. Damn it. Okay, let's see here. Now let's just go to the paths here. Terrain. Okay. Actually, now I think about it, hold on. That's better. Because only staff can naturally go up here. here. Nope. There we go. Right. Okay, I'm at right there. That looks very awkward, but it will work. I hope. Just right there. There we go. There we go. There, we might finally have a shot at this. Let's see. There we go. Now we have something going. Okay, with that out of the way, let us now continue with this like so. Actually, in that case, I just need to make this glass. Where's the glass at? Here we are. There. Yeah, that should do it. Now let's go to animal trading. Manatee. Who would keep a manatee as a pet? At this point, I don't care. Fuck it. Just send them in. Right, let's put them in the quarantine, because why not? Rich folks? Maybe. What was that sound? If you're wondering, it's a mod in Plant Zoo that I got for the West Indian Manatee, because in one of the TF2 comics, like, this Charles Darling guy kidnaps sea cows or whatever. Yeah, half the zoo's set to closed for now. Not sure how the mercs would get inside here. So probably a display-only part of the map, especially since Power Sharks could already go into here. And the same will also apply to the Arctic house. To like the polar house or whatever. That would be around here. Actually, more likely around here. Faster, Carrot. Faster, caretaker, let's go! Yeah, I use the, I'm using, like, the staff and such as, like, references to the size of the mercs and their models in this. Might as well see how well these are doing from last time. I know it's pretty awkward looking at them without them having any, you know. Again, the final thing of this will have all the walls and the building and stuff all around it. I'm just playing the animals for now during the streams. Oh, offspring, that's nice. Actually, this reminds me. Hold on a second. I would probably need to make this a bit more smooth. Actually, let's just make this work. Nope. Not what I was aiming for either. I'm not trying to form a tunnel. Second. Yep, that's a fail. I'm sure this'll do. Again, I'll place the plants and everything else in there once I actually have this. Once the antes and such are ready. One already is. That looks good. Reminds me. There we go. Is the other one done? Yep, he is. Navigable swimming area. Yeesh, buddy, how deep do you need it to be? 500. Okay, hold on a second. First of all, I need to see it. Oh god, that was bright. There we go. Now I can see much more easily. More than 3 meters deep. Okay, then let's move you. Come on, let's move you then. Okay, right. here. Okay, let's place you right here. But, oh god damn it, that's not what I had in mind. No, 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 no. Not to the... I'm trying to figure this out right now, but the problem is you won't move. Jesus Christ, this is worse than I thought. Are you going to... Wait a minute. The last thing I need is predation happening. Nope, nope, nope. What the... What? No! You go back into here. And you... Damn it, I said... No, no. Jesus Christ, this is getting ridiculous. Okay. Okay, first of all, let's try this instead. Why can't I... Look at this. It's like some kind of barrier in the way I can't break through. Okay, I could do that as much as I want, but apparently connecting is just one step too far, apparently. Jesus Christ, this is bad. Right, there we go. Will that fix the issue? No. Then what will? Okay, so I don't understand why this isn't working. Okay, let's just keep on going. Let's just keep on taking out all the barriers. Just take them all out. Now. Now, will this work? Okay, oh, that's not what I wanted at all either. Find the foundation. There we go. So now, that out of the way. Instead. Okay. There we go. So now let's build this back up. Like, now let's just smooth it out like so. No. Come on. Wait a minute. Wait. Let's go to concrete now. There we go. Now, let's just go to here. Please work. I hope this works. That'll do. Not great, but it will work. I hope. Right? You're joking, right? Yeah, laugh it up there, buddy. I don't want any predation to occur. Please, no. Oh no. No. Oh, thank God, that worked. I thought that could have gone south fast. Alright, now, come on. Go on. Go on in. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. You've got to be kidding me. You're joking, right? I seriously can't actually get these guys to move. Come on. It's right there. You could just tumble, you could just roll on down. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Hold on a second. Okay. Never mind. I thought somebody was knocking at my door. But look at this. This is ridiculous. How am I supposed to move around? How am I supposed to, how are they supposed to... Okay. Come on. There's that problem again. Just like before. Hold on. Quarantine. This is probably the most frustrating I ever had to do. There we go. Now I can figure out this mess. Okay. Okay, so now I had to make it bigger, so now nope, damn it. Go. Let's try this real quick. And now... Come on. Nope. Damn it. First of all, get rid of that. Okay, let's see here. Saw it turn blue for a moment. Wait. Not what I had in mind. I'm probably making this a lot harder than I need to be, but whatever. The stream's almost over. I just want to finish the manatee part of this. Let's just continue, okay? Here. Sure, whatever. Nope. Why not dig the floor lower them enough for him to move? That could also work. Let's try that real quick with this. Okay. This, and now, of course, I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. Of course, that always forms a damn barrier. It's another thing I have to fix in Plant Zoo, too. Better integration with this kind of stuff. Right. try this now. Of course, hold on a second. Damn it. Right there. Okay, now let's try this. There we go. And same thing here. I need it to be... Yeah, let's just try that for now and see if it actually will hold enough water. Of course not. Will it go... Okay, this might actually work. It'll just... It's not as high as I hoped, but this should still do the trick. Again, I will have looked up more tips and tricks if I had more time today, but I've been busy with a lot of stuff. My car has been having issues. I've been on the job hunt. I got one interview coming up and so on. I'm working on those dolls at the same time. Combathon's day has been pushed back. Release date has been pushed back indefinitely. This summer has been kind of hell for me at times. But with that out of the way, it's now April of year 2. Let's get these two right in here. I hope this works. I also made this a bit bigger, so hopefully they'll like that. And again, like this here, this cliff is meant to represent... thanks. Yeah, I usually don't like talking about my personal life too much in that sense, but... again, I just want this to be all over with already. Alright, let's see if this works. Please. The water is right there. Why can't I just move him? There we go. Yes, there we go. There, now you just go right into the water. There you go. Yes, 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 yes. Ladies and gentlemen, and gender non-binary alike, we have made a breakthrough. Finally. Finally! Dear God, that was a nightmare. Oh. Oh, no you don't. I'm going to help you out here, too. Right in there. More. God damn it. No, not again. Thanks, Dr. Wanapong. Mr. Wanapong, rather. Look like you can just go right in there. Come on. Wait, hold on. Yes! 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 Finally. We have made a breakthrough, ladies and gentlemen, and gender non-binary alike. First of all, I'm going to save this in case if the game crashes. Second of all, let's just fix some of their issues. So, habitat, cleanliness, insufficient area or crowding issues. This is fine. This should be more than enough space for them. Temperature. Animal is too hot. Don't crash. Yes, it didn't crash. Good. Okay, so let's go to enrichment items for food. Actually, that's just a... Don't... Probably because it uses the gray seal as a base, but whatever. Platform floats, that doesn't work. Large snowball. Large ball. Rubber duck. Bonus ducks! I should have done more Marasmus stuff. Should have pretended to be Marasmus more in this, but whatever. By this point, I just need to get some coolers in here. 1, 2, 3. And now, what else? Enrichment. Toy enrichment. African lion, West Indian manatee. Actually, let's just turn this around a little bit, and right there. Actually, let's move it a bit closer. There we go. Now, let's get some plants. Tropical and aquatic. Alright, let's see here. What would work best? Let's get rid of that so we just stick with aquatic. Underwater hydrilla plants. Let's put some of those here. And here. Some of them here and here. Willow. Eelgrass. Oh yeah, underwater grasses, of course. Plenty of those. Oh, don't know why that shouldn't be floating. Common water lilies. We could put some of those right. I could forget that then. Cattail reeds. Yeah, looks good. Ooh, that looks good. I'm not sure how the mercs would get inside here. I genuinely feel like this would probably be more of a... I don't know why that's there. Let's move it down to here. That looks a little better. Yeah, so that should cool down the water enough. So I don't have to deal with any more of this. Area is too hot. Yeah, that shouldn't be too bad. Oh, right, gotta figure out how are they going to eat. Facilities. Okay, food enrichment. Species. West Indian manatee. Guess that's how it's done. I mean, no. It's this one right here. Yeah. Just in case, let's give him a large water bowl, I guess, and place it right there. Fuck, that looks awkward. This is a little less awkward looking. Hold on a second. Why aren't these doing their jobs? Oh, that must be why. Let's place him here. Let's place one here. Disease risk. Okay. Available food. Why isn't it cooling down the place? Why won't it cool down the water as well? The water is supposed to be cool. Temperature. How do I... Hold on, what the hell's going on here? Okay, Okay, so let's see here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. How come there... Okay. Maybe I just now need to give a bit more time for it to cool down, right? Right? Okay. You know what? Quarantine. And you. Quarantine. This is ridiculous. I have to literally dedicate an entire stream just to deal with one animal. Well, two animals of the same species, that is. Again, though, this manatee mod is actually really good. Major props to whoever made it. Let's see here. Let's just take the water out now. Bonus ducks! Might as well have a keeper called here. Alright, there we go. Let's just have that cool the water down. Let's add a few more of those. One here, and one here. Let's also place one here. Alright, now, once we put the water back in... What the fuck?! I already do. And yet that still doesn't do anything when the water still looks like it's 100 degrees. Water is supposed to be cooler. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, but now if I go underwater... Okay. Yeah, it's just these are manatees, so they like warmer waters. So, I think I have the idea now. Okay, I think I got it now, actually. Dear God, though, that is very confusing. If Plant Zoo 2 has any aquatic plans, they need to fix that stuff immediately. I thought about doing the same thing for the Salties in terms of like an underwater viewing thing, but I turned that idea aside against that idea because it was already going to be too much of a hassle to begin with. Plus, at the Smithsonian Zoo, they're crocodiles and such. And they're Chinese alligators. They don't have underwater viewing, and yet people still like them. And it's almost 11, so I think we can end the stream once the manatees are back in their enclosure. Yeah. Yeah. Next month's streams are going to hopefully be better than this. Let's move them here. One here. And one for you. Come on. Come on. Okay, that's a little better. Alright, now let's see here. Needs less soil and more rock. I can do that really quick. Okay, so let's see here. There we go. And now it's also adding some long grass here, because, you know, seagrass and all that. Also some heavy soil. There we go. Navigable swimming area. That's close enough. And maybe I'll adjust in the future, but for now, I think I'm good. Thank you all so much for watching. Next week we'll have a certain theme to it, where it won't be gameplay streams, but a different kind of live stream. And yeah, that'll be it for now. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully September will go better than this month. And goodbye, everybody.